Mm-mm-mm-mm. So y'all want to harass a bus, huh? And why all these things don't have? See, these things I forgot they won't let you monetize until after the thing over with. So I've been doing all these videos on 2.0 that ain't even monetized. Let me monetize them all. Hey, this them thing be tripping. What's wrong with y'all? Monetize these doggone videos, cuz. Well, yeah, man, these fans want to go off on a bus for no reason. Are y'all crazy? Why did this one go back off again? Now, a couple of them in escrow. You talk about Bronny, you go to escrow. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all stop chatting in my other chat and come on over here. Let me take this thing now. Y'all stop chatting in that other chat and come on over here. Let me get my clothes together. Let me get myself together. I'm gonna need about an hour. Nah, let me get up out of here. Oh man, nose running. Take this dog on a nice little walk. I'm in gone, so it's my dog time. Put on my mama's cooking shirt. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Get a little taste of mama's cooking, boy. Boy. Put my mama's cooking shirt on. Let me find my Bustlife hoodie with my black and blue J's. I can't wear no boots up mount. Oh, man. Almost ended the live right there. All right, got me some new socks. Let's get it. All right, let me go get my shoe. No, let me track down this hoodie. What did I do with this dang on hoodie? Cause it's cold out there, B. Oliveri still outplayed Bronny, no contract, and he ain't gonna get one, bro. That was over before it started. There was no question that he wasn't getting no contract. Yeah, I thought we all knew that. Yeah, it was never a situation where he was able to get a contract. The contracts had already been given out. That's what we was trying to explain. Like where everybody else was throwing around the narrative that, hey man, this is a great thing. This is nepotism. Y'all hating. It's not a good thing. And we talked about why. It ain't nepotism. And a black man is losing a job. So unless you believe in the higher ups just being good, then it's all good. KB, YouTube is playing with your notifications. I know. Well, I've been super blacklisted now. And I know before people say, Lord Jamal apologize. Hey, listen, he should. Ain't nothing wrong with him apologizing. The woman didn't do anything to him personally. He said he felt that way. But actuality, she didn't do nothing to him personally. So ain't nothing wrong with apologizing. She got a husband, she got family, she got friends. Ain't nothing wrong with him apologizing for calling her a bitch. He did make a valid point. In our culture, black women call each other bitches all the time. And that was a choice that he made to apologize. He shouldn't be. What, you mad that he apologized? But let's get to this Bronny thing, man. Damn that. I'm tired of these goddamn Bronny fans. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? That's what I want to know at this point. Who the hell do y'all think y'all are? Like, are y'all nuts? Keep windmilling for another person to the point where it's like, what is wrong with y'all? Do y'all not realize y'all talk about everybody else? Do y'all not realize MJ and Kobe? Kobe was black and MJ is black. And you guys will talk about him in a New York Minute. You guys talk about every fucking body. Relax with that nonsense. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear that shit. Now, everybody in the comment section, you got ESPN, everybody, oh, Bronny played well. This, that. No, he played better than he was before, but 40 minutes, 17 points in 40 minutes, that's playing great. That's a ride. Shit, you get 2 points per shot. He got goddamn 1 point per shot. So was he efficient? He took 17 shots to get 17 points. Really? The fuck is you talking about? Like, what are we doing here? Do y'all not realize it's simple math? You get 2 shots per point. He got 1 point per shot. I nearly had multiple seizures watching him hoop. No, I'm just saying, like, everything. This is why people is gonna be hard for people to like him. Even though he's a good kid, that by what everybody's saying, it's gonna be hard for people to like him because they are freaking praising every little single thing that he does. It's like, God damn, take the pamper off of this boy. He's not a kid no more. He's a grown ass man, and just like Doc Rivers' son, just like everybody else's son had to do it, just like Scottie Pippen's son, everybody else going through the ropes. Scottie Pippen's son went down to the G League. Now he got a contract. He's a true ball player. Like, what the hell? This is crazy, B. You don't see Scottie Pippen out there saying, my son's ready for the pros right now. Scottie Pippen let his son work. He's the 55th pick. What did you expect for him? Good question. I expected a talent like that not to get drafted. That's what I expected. So anything above that is outside of my expectations. So him being picked and drafted, period, was outside of my expectations. And he hasn't put up a good showing to say that I'm wrong, and you haven't either. And none of y'all have. So I'm glad you asked the question in that way so that I could say the fact that he was picked, period, is the problem. The fact that he was drafted with that skill set is the problem. Kwame, there's been a recent demand from the chat for you and Sino to team up on a weekly NBA breakdown podcast where you both break down details of the game together. Yeah, I don't think Sino will have a problem with that. Shit, we used to do that all the time, so I don't think Sino will have a problem with that. Anytime them goddamn fakers play, we go break it down. I'm pretty sure he's gonna break it down on his own, then I'll break it down on my own, and then we'll come together and break it down. Cause people ain't giving real basketball breakdowns no more. This shit is sad. All this politics, all this, don't talk about this person. Man, you talk about everybody. And you do it in an egregious way based on the person. We tired of that elite shit. I know I'm tired of it. I'm definitely not gonna be the person that you tell how to say something, especially how it was said to me. I'm not bitter about it, but I'm aware of it. So I'm not gonna be kid gloves with people because we didn't have kid gloves with everybody else. So we don't have to do that. We're not gonna placate and play kid gloves. Got it? All right. Glad we can understand each other. But for me, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. That's it. That's all I can do. These people phony. They talk about everybody and their mama in a disrespectful way. But then when it comes to certain people, they black. These people black. Man, shut up. Everybody black you talking about. Everybody's black that you talking about. You wasn't giving any backhand compliments, so I don't see what's the problem. Right. I actually said he played well because it was better than what he put out. I ain't gonna go out on a limb and say he played great and all this other shit. But that's what everybody else doing. Kwame, LeBron, Bronny killed. I know you mad now. You can't come up with your same rhetoric. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you demonizing me for saying that he's been playing bad? He was playing bad. Didn't talk about him personally. Gave breakdowns of the game. Said he didn't run the floor. Gave some things he could have improved on. They can't get past talking about me and how I played him. He's just a kid. He's only 19. First of all, he's 20. Second of all, he's not a kid. His own father said he ain't no kid. His own daddy dearest said Bronny's a grown man. He's not a kid. So what do y'all say to that? Any narrative y'all run with just so we don't talk about this man. His own father said he's grown. So should we tell the king that his son ain't grown? Should we tell the king, hey man, you full of shit, bro. Your son is not grown. You full of it, bro. We're not gonna treat your son grown because you said he grown. Hold on, y'all. Why am I so what? Nigga, shut up. Hey, that was a dumb troll. At least be a smarter troll, dummy. At least be a smarter troll. Why are you so old? People here crazy. Man, where they come up with you guys at, man? Where they come up with you guys at? Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Let me take this downstairs. I might not even rinse off my tires, man. I might go dirty, dirty today, man. Depends on how I feel. I might go dirty, dirty. Yeah. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Well, it's time for me to get something to eat. Well, I'm hungry than a baby bango wolf. You understand me? I am starving. Let me close this stuff up. Do I need to bring this with me? No, I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm coming back out here. I'm out here. How they say I'm out here. But KB respects Cino too much to be honest with him on his sports take. I was honest with Cino on his sports take. I don't agree with him on some of that stuff he said about LeBron. But what I'm supposed to do, argue with him about it? That's not my style. When you got a YouTube platform and everything, you got a right to do what you want. You got a right to say what you want. I've already said my piece. I'll laugh at it. It'd be funny as hell when he say LeBron number 1,000, whatever, whatever. But guess what? If it turns out what Chael Sonny said is true, then how do we rank him? Yeah, how would you rank him? Would you still keep him up high, or would he drop down low, or would he drop down to nothing? Because at that point, we don't know what we're getting. Yeah, at that point, you don't know what you're getting now. So how do you rank him if he on that stuff he don't want to talk about? But I know one thing, them Bronny fans done tore their draws with me. Nigga, I don't want to hear you bragging about nobody scoring goddamn 17 points in 40 minutes on 17 shots. Yeah, I don't want no nigga bragging about that. That ain't nothing to brag about. You could say he played better than the 0 points he had prior to that in the previous game. You could say it's better than the 2 points he had in the previous game on a 4 point. But we don't want to hear no nigga goddamn doing all this bragging and acting like all these fans bragging and acting like the nigga done hit a stride or something and it's just on from here. Shit, we gonna see the game. The popcorn's gonna start popping now. Yeah, uh-huh. That's the old school saying, nigga. That popcorn finna start popping now. What's gonna happen now? And I know my delivery is hard to take sometimes. Sometimes my delivery is hard to take. It's straightforward. You might think I'm a barbarian, but I'm actually not. In person, I just be chilling. I'm a reflection of my environment, so I talk like our culture. So people talk all this aggressive talk, people talk all this nonsense, so I talk nonsense sometimes. Very simple concept. It's not that hard. These people are not who they pretend to be, as you can see with the Diddy Party situation. He's scoring 30 next. Man, I'm just saying, why are y'all so invested with a 20-year-old? Like, what? Why are y'all not invested in the number one draft pick? Like, why don't y'all care about the number one draft pick, the number two? Who made y'all so invested in Bronny and his success? Like, why do you care? Why is his success so important over somebody else? Like Quincy O'Leary, who actually went out and played hard every game that he played in. And y'all talking about his 17 points. Kevin O'Leary shot 23 points on 50-something% shooting. You ain't talking about that. No matter how you slice it and you dice it, Quincy, I keep talking about Kevin. Quincy had a better game. No matter how you slice it and dice it. And Quincy is going to be in the G League and probably never heard from again. But the way he played, I wouldn't even waste time in the G League. I'll go get my money overseas. I'll make them grab me off a team from overseas. I go pick up me 30 bands, 40 bands a month, saying that I played with the greatest king ever, and I played on the Lakers. Look, right here, I had 23. Right here, I had got them 10 or 11 in 9 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm like that. I'm going overseas to get my bread. Not struggling in the G League and then never get called up. Everybody not going to be Mikey Moore. That G League was just another way to keep these niggas in line. Most of these G League guys don't get called up and be no real guys on the team. You get one or two here and there. I'm going overseas, Jack. Oh, I know they told who to like, beautiful one. They told what to like, who to like, how to like them. Shit is crazy, man. Shit be crazy, B. But the sad part about it is most people know they being controlled. Most people know that what people telling them to do ain't the right thing to do, and most people know they don't have no own thoughts. Niggas be saying the quiet part out loud. Shit, boy, they gonna get you, Kwame. They gonna get me for what? Freedom of speech? Who is they? And how do you know them, motherfucker? So I'm about to get you. Are you saying they about to get me? Yeah, how about I get you for saying they about to get me? I'm so glad I be ducking the bull's crap. They send so many goddamn beautiful women at me, I can't think. I be like, good guy, who? Nah, I'm straight though, baby. Yeah, you might be one of them setups. You might be one of them 30 years down the roads. I'm straight, baby. You might be one of them 30-year plans. What's the 30-year plan? 30 years he did this to me? Nah, baby, I don't want to be a part of your 30-year plan. I'm straight. Yeah, I won't be a part of your 30-year plan. Motherfucker come back 30 years later. Look what he did to me. Nah, I don't want to be your 30-year plan. Keep this shit on the top. Yeah, who the hell is they? Yeah, they got a 30-year plan for niggas they don't like. They done made up a rule where it's hard. You can't even defend yourself. 30 years ago, I don't even remember this motherfucker's name. Yeah, I don't want to be a part of nobody's 30-year plan. But you goddamn little corny ass, goddamn incel, bronze sexual fans, you niggas need to get a life. Like for real, y'all need to get a life. And all y'all niggas that follow that nigga Gill, y'all need to he need to get a life too. All this inciting violence, talking about violence, nigga, get over that shit, man. Grow up for real. Yeah, grow up already. Millionaire niggas acting like dumbasses. For real. See, me, I was acting, but I think some of these niggas really dumb. Yeah, some of them niggas really dumb. You're just a hater. Hater for what? I get to go to Walmart. I don't gotta go to no freak off. You know why? I'm not a fucking weirdo. And I can walk through Walmart and have my normal encounter with a woman. I don't gotta be no crazy, wild, stupid motherfucker. I can just go to Walmart, have a real encounter with somebody, call it a day. Go to Whole Foods, go to Target. You know, these niggas gotta go. This supposed to be fun right here. I gotta go to a mansion party with a bunch of other horny, dumb, drunk motherfuckers that's on drugs. And we all sticking our penis in different girls. Can y'all imagine? Like, just think about this. One of the wives is gonna break them gag orders and tell what's going on. Think about it. They had no condoms at these free calls, right? So that means pastors, that means entertainers, rappers, all these people are sleeping with each other with no condom. That means all those pretty women that was in there. They sleeping with these men with no condom. Things are going in somebody's rectum. Things are going in somebody's vagina. All bad for the vaginal walls. pH balance off. Shit just funky. And then they go back home and they have sex with their respective girlfriends or wives. And when those girlfriends or wives go to their OGBYN, do it come back? Do they have all these things that this? And one man alleged that he got herpes at the free call, and they sued Diddy. So are they swapping all this stuff, and they women just ain't getting nothing? Are these women sitting back at home and diseases are popping up, and they just saying it's all good, it's a part of the lifestyle? Hmm? I just want to know. I'm trying to figure out what's up. Is that what we doing? Oh man, this shit was good as hell. I made me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Well, not that type of jelly. It's you seen my jelly. Well, they seen the jelly that I use. It's all mixed in the peanut butter. I'm just saying, y'all niggas think y'all missing something with all this celebrity shit, and these guys so important. So, and ladies, y'all sit up here running around here chasing these goddamn the celebrities to catch something, and you niggas chasing these goddamn nasty ass IG models to catch something, and we sitting around here freaking and geeking and acting like it's all that. Well, all I want to know is the women that's with these men, if they at a freak off, slinging that thing or receiving something with no protection, how do these women stay silent? How do they not get it? So all these people at the freak off got the same damn thing? Yeah, Mel B, he had 17 points on 17 shots. He sure did. But they dissing me like he had goddamn 50 points. They dissing me like he had 40 or 35 on 17. I'm like, what the hell is y'all dissing me for? That still sucks. These women are getting paid to be silent. Somebody getting paid. Dog, them people don't know how good they'll feel if they had nothing to do with that dumb shit no more. They just don't know how good they gonna feel. It ain't that great to just be at them parties drunk and stupid all the time. They do not know how good they gonna feel when they leave that shit alone and go back to some normalcy, a normal life. Niggas was doing it on a big scale before the freak offs. Now imagine the freak offs. That's some freaky nasty shit. being there stank around a bunch of naked niggas and women having sex. There ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way. Need dollars, need dollar action. Bragging about 17 points in 17 minutes with stars not playing. Nah, he had 17 points in 40 minutes. Yeah, he played 40 minutes. He had 17 points on 17 attempts. He had 1 point in attempt. That's damn near some Stephen A shit. Well, that's amazing, but that's damn near some Stephen A next level amazing. Yeah, that damn near some Stephen A next level amazing. Hold on, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yep. I'm taking all this stuff to the truck. Man, they got beat by 60 points, and they bragging about Bronny James scoring 17 points on 17 shots, losing by 60. What is the brag? Like, what is the brag? There is nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing to brag about. Niggas was being nice, B. How they say? Niggas was being nice, B. And they took our kindness for weakness. Now they banging on us. Yeah, nigga. You jealous, nigga. Yeah, nigga, you seen what he did? I'm like, yeah, I seen what he did. Yes, I definitely seen what he did. What are we bragging about here? I mean, it's you can have a light brag like, yo, he did better. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. He did better. But are you really trying to bang on me right now? Are you really like, nigga, he did great? Like, no, nigga, this wasn't that. This definitely wasn't that. But there's some people you can't tell them nothing, boy. They know everything about anything. There's some people you can't tell nothing. But I done graduated from the some people you can't tell nothing to. I look at it like this. There's some people you shouldn't even waste your time saying nothing to. Yeah, it's gonna be a waste of time. There's some people you shouldn't even waste your time saying nothing to them. Because that's how whack it is to even talk to them. You heard that fart? I'm moving stuff out of the truck. You didn't hear no fart. You got a sick mind there, friend. Something that you heard a damn fart. You got a sick mind there, friend. I wish I could bar hop today. Me too. I got 3 more weeks before I'm gonna start drinking anything. Yeah, I wish I could bar hop too. These Bron fans make you get drunk. Three more weeks to stay off of that yak. But I'm still on the ganja. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's do a 420 podcast. Man, Big Whitey dirty. And I don't got time to watch Big Whitey. I was on the road. Let me get this stuff out of Big Whitey. Uh-uh-uh. Dalton Connect did what? I'm about to drop the link to see if we only want them Bronny fans, y'all. We want Bronny fans. We want Bronny and Bron fans, man. If they gonna come up here and talk, come up here and talk, man. Have a conversation. Stop being so crazy all your life. Everything ain't about stupidity. Tell me why you think Bronny did so well. I think he did better, but I don't see nothing so that you should be bragging about. And that's why I say people got to stop with the talking points and be able to talk for real. Cut the talking points out and get for real. And if you was for real, you'll know that it's a preseason game and that he took 17 shots. 1 point per shot, not so great. Just in case you didn't know. Oh, I got some Pringles I left in this thing. It's the miggity, 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 Mac Daddy. 100 years. You were wrong about Bronny James? What was I wrong about? Come up here and tell me. That's an easy conversation. What was I wrong about? Hello? What was I wrong about? Come on up. Hit the link. Ain't no need for you to keep talking in the chat. How you gonna do all that rushing to get out the gate and then you don't run nowhere? You just standing there. Yeah, hit that link. I bet they at work. The dog ate their homework. One thing I can respect about Lamont is that he called me. He reached out to me. Go. Yeah, that's the one thing I can respect about him. Uh, there we go. Need this stuff here. Yeah, if they don't want to hit the link, get them up out of here. Only the ones that's doing all that extra out. I don't agree with you on this. I don't agree with you on that. If they don't want to come articulate their disagreement, get them up out of here. Because yeah, we don't want that. We don't want people that disagree like that around. We want people that articulate the problem. Because I believe in conversation rule a nation, and I don't think I left with a bad taste in my mouth with talking to him. He didn't leave with a bad taste in his mouth talking to me. And that's why you converse with people. You don't just sit up in your little bubble and think what you think about a person and don't talk to them. You have a conversation with people. Yeah, you have a conversation with people. Let me put that over there. Put that over there. I got my change of clothes. I should have everything I need. I got my little changer for order. I gave her a piece of chicken as a little snack. It ain't her time to eat yet, but she got a little snack. I'm gonna take this Iron Bull down to Georgia. Have both of my things down in Georgia again. Well, I keep saying Georgia, Brunswick. Oh, so they scared, huh? Damn, man, we living in a damn time. That's why so many people shoot people, man. They don't talk, they just shoot. I don't do too much talking. I stay away from them dumb ass niggas that say that. I don't do too much talking. Oh, really? All right. But don't say nothing to me then. Ronnie James can't compare to D'Angelo Russell. No, like it's like I said, it's gonna be hard for anybody to like him because of the constant badgering and disrespect. That shit got to be organic. You can't force nobody to like somebody just because you like them. I done had homeboys. I don't like her, dog. What make you like her? The fuck you worry about what I like somebody for? Ain't none of your business. You ain't got to lay with them. When you ask me questions like that, that's making me think you trying to lay with her. Yeah, you ain't got to be the one that's laying up here. I do. Yeah, I like where I'm laying at, nigga. How about that? I like laying here, nigga. But he got down. He want to lay with you. Nah, he better want to lay with her. But this shit ain't that hard, man. Saying Carmelo's son gonna be a star? Yeah, Carmelo got the time to work with him every day. And in his most pivotal years, Carmelo right there. That's how you build a champion. You gotta have time. They keep thinking, oh, if you just have a baby by an athlete, then somehow this kid is gonna be a great player and this is that. That's not true. That's not true. He'll get the genes, he'll get the genetics, but that kid, he or she, is going to have to put in the work. And what a professional should be able to do is train the little nuances of the game into that person. If it's volleyball, if it's football, if it's basketball, they should be able to give them the training that they learned in order to help that kid skip the line or help that kid be a better player. But if you don't have the time to work for your kid or work with your kid, how can you do that? In the summertime, I was injured. I had things I had to get done. So a lot of times they don't leave time to work with your son. But being a professional athlete, sometimes you can bring your son with you in situations where other people can't. Oh, where the fuck is my wallet? Did I leave my wallet back upstairs? Yes, I did. So yeah, sometimes you might do it that way. You might have somebody else work with your kid. Wait, Kwame Brown. Wait, what? Oh man, I'm tired of walking up and down these goddamn steps. Gilbert Arenas' son was going toe to toe with Kevin Durant. That's good. That's a great thing to get out there and play against adults. Get out there and play against grown men. Measure yourself up against them. That's a great thing. Drop the link again. Somebody had to send them people my like the people be watching me, boy. But I didn't know nobody was gonna be watching at 2 a.m. Somebody must have sent that man that shit. I would 100% roast Jordan's son if he did the same. Shit, me too. And like I said, I don't even really roast Bronny. I just be saying what it is. I don't even really roast him. Let me turn it down. AC on. I won't do that again. You know how they tell you turn your I listen to my homeboy like turn your AC off when you gone. Nah, nigga. I like to keep my shit on a certain temperature. I don't like the smell of a house when you don't have no heat or air circulating, no air circulating. Hell nah. Put this air back on. The Drunk Chronicles, what's going on?
What's up, boy? Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. I'm chilling.
Hey, we just gotta do better though.
I can't hear you.
We gotta do better.
Better on what?
I don't know. We just gotta do better though. Shit, I know. Shit, I know. We gotta do better.
All right, elaborate a little bit. Are we talking about LeBron? Are we talking about better as a culture? Like, what do you mean you gotta do better?
Uh, LeBron. No, what though? LeBron though. We not. Damn, LeBron. We ain't gonna talk about that though. But that. You know, shit. You know, LeBron been LeBron. You know, LeBron been to them Diddy parties.
You say LeBron been to the Diddy parties?
Well, I don't know that though, but
Well, he said he was at. He said ain't no party like a Diddy party, so one could assume he been there.
yeah, but I hope he didn't though, but I'm pretty sure he went there though.
Okay. So, what do you think? If he went to the parties, do you think he should speak about going to the parties or no?
Yeah, he should. He should though. Like to clear his name, but we don't know
What
what
do you
happened
say to
there.
the people that say he don't gotta clear his name?
They fucked up.
Okay.
I'm saying man, and like we already know, like man, we know that shit fucked up though. We know that they went to the parties though. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
But
Hey man, you sound like yo. Hey, do you abide by your name, the Drunk Chronicles? Like you really living like that?
yeah, well, this is my last day drinking.
All right, well, salute to that. What's up, Mel?
Hey, this is my last. This is my last day drinking though.
All right, what you drink?
I'm gonna let Drunk Chronicles guy have it.
That motherfucker
Hey,
he sound lit in the motherfucker right now.
I am no. Hey, shit. I'm off. I'm off. This is my day off though, so shit, I can do what the fuck I want to do.
Hey,
But
shit, ain't
but
nothing wrong with that. You off?
yeah, but hey, shit. I ain't trying to encourage nobody to drink though. But
Right.
Hey, drunk. You drink dark liquor or white liquor? What you drinking on?
That shit sound like he drank white liquor. He slizzard.
white,
Yep, there you
white,
go.
white.
I told you, from one drinker to another. I say this boy sound like he on that vodka or something white, boy, because that shit be having them motherfuckers slizzard. That dark liquor, you can still talk a little bit.
I ain't gonna lie though. Yeah, white. Yeah, it's white.
Don't you be getting out
white.
there? Don't you be getting out there driving? You better take your ass to sleep. Go take a nap.
I'm ho- I'm home. Hey. I'm at home though. I ain't gotta go nowhere. So shit, I'm good.
Hell yeah, that's the best thing for everybody.
Hey, I'm home though. I ain't gotta go nowhere though. I gotta go to work today though. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But
I know what you're saying.
shit. I just fucked around and fucked up today though. But you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mel, let me ask you this, man. So we supposed to praise Bronny for getting that damn 17 points on 40 minutes on 17 shooting?
So that's what I was going to tell you, man. So his stat line ain't making sense for him to be getting praised. Buddy scored 17 points on 7 of 17 shooting. He had one assist, and 2 turnovers. So his assist to turnover ratio is negative. He played 35 minutes and got 4 rebounds. So, and he got 3 steals to his credit. Now, we bragging about this man getting 17 points on 17 shots in a preseason game that means absolutely nothing, where the starters basically sat on the bench and didn't play at all. I don't understand at this point. Now it just makes no damn sense. Kwame, why are they doing this, and why are they disrespecting the game you put all your energy into by giving this boy all this praise and all this hype when I just gave you his stat lines?
It's simple. Stars are not born; they're created.
It makes, like I said, and I said it before. This is literally like a quarterback coming in the third quarter of the 4th preseason game, throwing a touchdown, and everybody calling him the next Tom Brady. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Well, everybody's son ain't LeBron James' daddy. This is to make LeBron look better. If people start to see what really is going on, this is to make LeBron look better.
All right, well, I'll go on mute. You got Party Guy 2400 up here, so if he wants to talk about, like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe you're wrong, go for it.
Oh, he the one that said I was wrong?
No, I don't know.
No, I'm a big fan. I'm in the chat. This Party Guy. What's up, family?
Oh, what's going on?
Another game. I'm just soaking up game in the background.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Mel know basketball. I don't know how much you know basketball, bro, but my theory is they're trying to make LeBron look better. Why do you think they're praising Bronny James like this?
LeBron give me corporate entity vibes. Like, he probably getting funded by multiple different entities behind the scenes. So they probably creating and orchestrating narratives for him. Like, I don't like LeBron James that much because he a big man. I remember watching him coming into the league, and he was supposed to be like this big, huge monster. So I was expecting a lot from him, like Shaq. So he kind of disappointed me. But I don't really have nothing nefariously against his son, though. I hope his son do good, but a lot of pressure on him. He probably trying to be like a superstar, but he got to put in the work. Like, you a Hall of Famer, so you should know when you see talent and potential in the NBA. So I would trust your opinion on that.
Right. And so they let LeBron's opinion trump everybody else, forgetting the fact that Ron is the one who said, my son is ready to play in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
He's supposed to, he's supposed to be a beast.
Yeah, he's the one who said that. He said, my son is ready to play right now. Looking at this NBA TV, my son is ready to play right now. Shit sideways funny. So
He did good though. 17 points on 17 points on 17.
you would think he did good, 17. Hey, look, how many shots you in right now, bro?
It's like two.
I ain't no shots though, but the 17 points though on
You not
17
on shots,
shots
you
though.
just sipping.
That's that bottom shelf white liquor right there, man.
Hey, this man on bottom shelf for real.
I used to drink that stuff in college.
This
It was
nigga
like
drinking
called
the whole fifth of Pinnacle.
It was like Pinnacle or Aristocrat or something like that. Which one is it?
Well,
Schwecker. You drinking Schwecker, aren't you?
I ain't even trying to drink though. I really ain't trying to drink though. Like I'm trying. I ain't even trying to drink though. This is. I'm trying to stop drinking though. But
hey, look, ain't nobody really messing with you on that, man. It's just like seriously, dude. You on your day off, dude. Do whatever the hell you want to do, man. As long as you making money, you take care of your family. Salute to you on that, man. If you want to be a drunk up here, man, be a drunk up here. Because there's some people who are drunks up here and they call themselves content creators. But I will say this about Bronny James, man. He shot 41% in that game. There's no, and Buddy went 1 for 5 from 3 pointers. So, guys, what is the percentage if you go 1 for 5 from 3 pointers? Anybody know what the percentage is?
20,
Does that make you a
20%.
shooter?
That's 20%.
Yeah,
But
that mean you go sit your ass down if you can't hit at least 35% as a 3-point shooter. If you're 6'1" and you're shooting 20% as a 3-point shooter, dude, he ain't do good. He went 7 for 17 from
I know,
that's not good, man.
I know, ESPN though hacked the shit up though. They
But
they
why?
they 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 hacked it up though. Like they made his best highlights though. Like I seen some threes though that he missed though. Like the threes that you was talking about though, 1 for 5 though. That's 20% though,
Did my
right?
sound go out or can y'all hear me?
No, we hear you, bro.
Yeah,
We
you
got
Oh,
you.
we
good.
here, we here,
Oh, okay. Like I say,
but
to me, this shit is all self-explanatory, man. LeBron's the
yeah.
king. It don't matter what Bronny do. If he does anything good, just imagine Bronny have 12 points on 3 for 4 shooting or something like that. Man, they gonna go crazy. They gonna act like this man is gonna be the MVP of the league.
I don't know.
That man got a foul call against Kevin Durant.
LeBron got a losing NBA Finals record.
You talking?
Yeah.
You talking about the other day? Uh, yeah, he did.
So I mean, and so with then that's why I came up because I just wanted to just talk about the stat line for Bronny James, and I know I really want to talk about like the media because when you have fans leading the media now, and this is one thing I hate about fantasy leagues and stuff. As good as I participate in them, when you have fans thinking about like how the game should be called or who should be winning and losing, that's how the stars get created. Like real analysts, a lot of these sports analysts today who are former
That's
athletes.
a great way to put it because the fans are controlling the league.
Yeah,
Because
go ahead, KB.
high flying 3 pointers and dunks. So that's why the way it's being played right now.
And that's why
Them high flying dunks and not staying true to the game, not playing defense, those things are the reason why the game is being played like this. So I don't know. I can't wait to see how the game is going to be played after the LeBron James era is over with.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say this,
Are we
man.
going to have power forwards again?
Are we gonna have true centers? Like that's why I love watching Zach Edey play, man. I feel like he is an authentic throwback to what
Oh,
the integrity of the game
he gonna
is.
be a beast. He gonna be a beast.
I
Zach
knew he was
Edey,
gonna be a beast. When he was playing at IMG, I knew he was gonna be a beast.
he gonna be a beast. Zach Edey though,
Yeah,
Zach
you're
he
right
gonna
about
be a
that.
beast. He gonna be a
The,
beast.
the, and this
Like
is what the casual fan don't understand about Zach E. Just his size alone, just him. They said he couldn't run the floor. That's not what I saw. Him
man,
being
that
able to
hey,
run the floor at that size, man, John Morant
Mhm.
them gonna have a
he
ball
gonna
shooting
be a
threes and
beast.
jump shots
That's what
just
I'm
on
saying
him
though.
running.
Hey,
And
I
that's
won't
not
be
gonna show up in the stat sheet either.
I won't be surprised though. Like if Memphis though take it though, like Zach Edey though with Morant,
It's gonna be hard
like
for them to come out the West because it's such a small market. Stephen A. Smith wasn't lying when he said, "I don't want to be in no fucking Memphis. This isn't that. If it's between Miami, L.A. or something like that, they don't want to be in Memphis.
I
They
mean, I
don't.
mean, I mean, I mean that's the East though. Like they in the East though,
No,
but
they're in the West.
Tennessee is the East or the West?
They're in the
Memphis?
West.
no, I'm talking about East. What he said Miami though.
Well, I'm just saying, everybody. I was just giving an example. You're right. They're in the West, but I'm just saying I should have used all West Coast teams. If it's Lakers, if it's Denver, if it's San Antonio, they're gonna pick the Lakers. They're gonna pick
Yeah,
Denver. They're gonna pick bigger markets. They're gonna pick. They're not gonna pick a team like Memphis to play a team like Philly. They're not gonna
Well, I
do
forgot.
that. Those are markets that they don't want to. Those two markets don't do well.
Yeah, and then I forgot about Wimby too though. Wimby, Wimby though he gonna be a beast too though.
Well, San Antonio get a pass because you got to think about it. They pick international players, so they get that overseas viewership. They get whole countries behind them. There's nobody on the Memphis Grizzlies that's a starter that got a whole country behind them.
Yeah,
And I think some of the hype for Wemby was elevated as well because of that international market. The NBA needs the international market to be able to justify some of the athletes that they push out there. I will say this: I do think some of the colorism is put into place as well because they do see Wemby as being potentially the new face of the league. He's not a throwback to the traditional center. Like he has a Ralph Sampson body, but he's not going to be a dominant physical guy like Sampson. I don't think he's durable enough to play in the league. The position that he's playing, being a big man, you can kind of hide in the block and you can play for a lot of years. But being somebody who has the ball as much as you do, bringing it down, trying to create things in that way, I don't know if somebody's like if his legs could take that. That's just me thinking about the game from the way that I've seen it a lot of years. But I can't see Wemby being a guy that's going to be 15 years strong in the league, and we're still talking about him.
No, though. Hey, I think Wemby, he motivated though. Shit, Wemby though made a post though the other day though talking about though these niggas don't work harder. Like Wemby said though he came into the league though he said, "Oh, I think these niggas they don't work harder than me though." It's a post though. So I think women, I don't know. I don't know though, because you know what I'm saying, but women
Let me
might, I don't know.
let me put it this way. Ben Simmons made a post saying that he was working harder than ever before too. So yeah, if that means anything.
You're right. You're right.
It still apply.
Boy, you dead ass wrong, man.
No,
Hey, that goddamn. Hey, they be on that nigga head, boy. Shit.
that boy got his bag. Listen, I don't even think he care about basketball. I think he got his bag, so he be saying all this stuff. Sees it come, he just lay right on down. But he got his bag. I ain't mad at him.
Hey, they
Yeah.
bring up Ben Simmons for everything. He is not gonna be protected like Bronny get protected. Boy, they bring his name up like it ain't nothing.
Hey,
But when you look at the workout tapes, I understand this nigga don't miss a shot in the workouts.
he shoot good threes. He shoot good threes though when he off season. Good threes.
That nigga say, "Bruh, making me drunk."
He
Miss
shoot good
Miss
threes.
Collins about to do a DIY channel. That's what I'm talking about, Miss Collins.
Oh, I thought you were about to say DUI channel.
No, no. Nah,
Hey,
that's this nigga that just left the panel. He would have been in a DUI channel. Oh, he done fell to the backstage. What's going on with this shit?
I think he failed.
Man, stop dropping yourself, man.
I don't know. But we're gonna see what happened though.
Huh?
But we're gonna see what happened.
Man, this nigga funny as hell, man.
We're gonna see what. Hey, no, no. Ben Simmons though he gonna shoot 40% from three though.
You say Ben Simmons do what?
He gonna shoot 40% from
Man, this nigga here drunk for real.
Oh my god.
He definitely ain't gonna shoot no 40% for no damn three.
three.
Hey, Drunk Chronicles, you by yourself? You got somebody with you?
Yeah, you gonna need somebody to call the ambulance in case you pass out now.
No, hell no. We need somebody to take this motherfucker's keys.
I'm home. I'm home. I'm home. I'm
Don't go
home.
out to get no beer.
Yeah, but we
No,
don't want you to slip and fall and hit your head on the desk or something. You don't got that life alert button, do you?
no, I'm home. No, I'm home. I'm home though. I ain't gotta go nowhere though. I ain't
They
gotta go
say he on
nowhere
that
though.
four loco. He might be on some strong ass shit like that.
Nah, I don't. I don't do that. I don't do that. But yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Shit. I don't know. I maybe Bronny averages 30 points.
He gonna average what?
He stopped right. He stopped right in the middle of what he was saying. But now, listen. No, but back to talking about Bronny, man. Like I just feel like I feel like when you have fans speaking and getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to call themselves so-called analysts, you're going
Yeah.
to get this bias that we're seeing. And unfortunately, a lot of the NBA players feel like they have to, who are on television, who still have jobs, they don't have the courage that Kwame has. And I'll say Kwame has the courage. I'm not going to mention any names up here because I don't want no smoke on KB with them, even though KB will bring it. But I don't think they had the same courage to say what Kwame is thinking and what Kwame has already pointed out and has said. They won't say that on their platforms because they're afraid of getting the backlash of those Bron supporters. So what they did was they created fans for Bronny without even seeing him play. It's like an effect. So I watch NASCAR. So I watch racing. When most people have heard of Dale Earnhardt. When Dale
Yeah,
Earnhardt
that's my cousin.
You white too?
Just bullshit. Go ahead.
You white? Yeah. You got some white in you?
why you got the drunk man believing that that's really your cousin, man. so what I was saying is when Dale Earnhardt died, his fan base went over to Dale Earnhardt Jr. with the assumption that he was going to be this next great heir to the throne, so to speak. Now Dale Earnhardt Jr. had a good career, but he wasn't no Dale Earnhardt. And so a lot of people, you tell people that they won't believe it because, the name's the same. Bronny, that's his dad is LeBron James, but he's not even close to being that player. And he took a scholarship from a kid who probably was better when he went to USC. He took a draft pick from somebody who was probably better when they picked him up when the Lakers picked him up. I'm not mad at LeBron James. I just think the fan base leading our sports media has created all of this nonsense that we're seeing today. That's just my opinion. Bronny James is not a scrub. He's not trash. I will never say that about anybody that made it to the league. But what I will say is this: I don't think he was ready, and I don't think his skill set got him there. And if the game has any integrity, at best he would be in the G League, in my opinion. I always thought he was made a college player.
Better.
You're right. You're right.
What if Bronny don't really know how to play basketball and he just getting millions of dollars for the Lakers and he just dipping like 5 years and nobody even noticed the difference? Like he just come up off all this NBA money and he low key like go make a podcast or go start a business or go and start another venture. What if you really low key don't even care about the basketball or the NBA?
I don't think he do. Though.
I don't see him as a basketball player. I don't think if we was under the same rules that when I got drafted and any other player, like if you even now you take LeBron James away from his name, a kid that had not open heart surgery, but a kid who passed out from a heart condition, didn't play well in college, didn't have a good showing in preseason, we would say he's not good enough to be an NBA player. This has already happened with Sharif. Sharif had better numbers, better player, and he's still not in the NBA. So
Better
this is all,
size.
this is all elitism. So
Yeah.
look with Bronny's skill set, he would have never made it to the NBA. I know high school kids that's better than LeBron.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking. Serious. I know some high school
Yeah.
kids in his position that will punish him.
Yeah.
There are three kids at IMG Academy right now down there in Bradenton, Florida, who would trash that kid. When you go watch kids play at places like the City of Palms, or you watch people play in the Peach Jam session, those kids.
You speak in my area now, the City of Palms, Bradenton, Florida, with Robert Parrish and what's the other one? Clifford Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you speaking my language now. Them boys, they teach you good basketball down there.
So KB, do I know what I sound? Do I sound like I know what I'm talking about when I tell you I'm watching this kid's game and I'm looking at him and I've flown down to the City of Palms before and I've watched it. Them kids, them guys are built way different. Bronny is not that type of.
No, exactly.
Am I wrong in
LeBron
saying?
should have sent Bronny. Based on what you know and what I know, LeBron should have sent Bronny down there. He'd be in a whole different situation right now.
And I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say this real quick, John Chronicles. I'll let you go on this, but
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this real quick. I've always said at best, I felt Bronny was a mid-major player at best when he came out, and that's not a slight to him. I just didn't think it was fair that they pushed him to get that USC. It's kind of like with Romeo Miller, Master P's son, going to USC, and he really wasn't a USC player. So when you look at him playing at going to USC instead of a mid-major,
He a
I
good dude.
I watched I watched
He-
Seth Curry. His first year, he went to Liberty University because he wasn't a Duke player, and he balled out at that mid-major. Then he got
D3.
elevated to Duke. That's what I felt like Bronny should have done. He should have went to a mid-major, showed he could ball out and he could do it, and then if he got to a higher level, then it would be more justifiable for him to be where he's at.
Like,
in my opinion.
he's a good D3 player.
Nah, he's better than D3.
Maybe D2.
We gotta remove his drunk ass for a second. We'll bring him back. But no, the reason why I don't think they took the route that you talking about is because he would have got exposed a long time ago. See, they always got these fail-safe built-in excuses for kids like him. And when you have these excuses in, you're gonna make it to where even when they look bad, you got an excuse for it. If he went to a mid-major and got his ass kicked, will we be talking about Bronny right now?
No, not even.
It would be like, look, your kid is not good enough. He was at a mid-major, he didn't do well. So why are we talking about it? We got the excuse that he went to USC, and we got the excuse that they didn't play him at point guard. My question is, why isn't he not playing point guard right now?
Well, probably because he got a negative assist to turnover ratio, and he's a kid that who came out of high school averaging 1.9 assists a game. Why was he? He wasn't a point guard. He wasn't created to be a point guard, and that's a failure to all that money his daddy had, that not getting him the proper training, practice. Hell, I blame that on his high school coach. Because why would you have a player that is 6'1", that's supposed to be a college-bound player, only averaging 1.9 assists a game? That boy should have been out there averaging at least 5 or 6 assists a game, showing everybody he can handle the ball with both hands, showing everybody that he can make decisions, bringing the ball up the court instead of going hiding in the corner looking for a three-point shot, being a 20% three-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
They set him up to fail. It ain't right.
Setting him up to fail because he definitely can't play that position in the league. So might as well go through the growing pains right now of throwing him out there with the backups at point guard and seeing what he do against guys that are coming off the bench and that are not starters, and see what happens. You got to throw him into the fire. You can't live this protected life forever.
Yeah, and then they're running all the offense around him in those garbage minutes. Of course, he's gonna get 17 points, but it took him 17 shots to get 17 points.
Man, please. That's
When you running plays for him in garbage time, come on now.
Yeah. The only thing the fans know is numbers.
It baffles my mind, man. But KB, I wanted to ask you another question on a side note, man. I don't want to take away from what you're talking about now. I wanted to ask you, because I asked you in the chat, did you see about Tony Bennett retiring, the coach at UVA?
Oh no. He's retiring?
Yeah, he retired. Right before the season started, he retired. So this is a this is a national championship winning coach. He's in a good He's built that program up to be a solid program. And he said the reason why he retired, and I think it's the reason why Mike Krzyzewski retired, and you saw Jay Wright retire. A lot of these guys retired. He said because the way he coaches, his style of coach, the college game has surpassed that style of old school coaching. Now it's a matter of recruiting. It's a matter of NIL. It's a matter of the transfer portal. So you can't really build a championship program in that old school format of getting guys to be invested in 4 years anymore, or being invested in the culture of the schools anymore. Like like people don't have pride in playing for their colleges anymore like they used to. So he said that was the reason he retired. I just wanted to see what your thought if you see the college game trending that way.
I see these guys carrying. They're going through a phase now where they have more access to money, which that's going to come. I mean, I think once it tampers down, new money with anybody, it's gonna be a little bit of growing pains with that. But I think in a couple years, when these guys get used to making money and get used to the responsibility of it, it'll go back to still being proud of whatever college. And I think it's more about these kids not having no discipline at home. Cause I know what he's talking about. It's hard. Like we had a kid down here. He played for four different high schools. Every year he was at a different high school,
I
and he
got
don't
one better
got no
for you.
money. It's just that because he was a 5-star recruit,
Hmm.
everybody was in his ear. So he
Hmm.
thought his shit didn't stink. Anytime a coach would try to reprimand him or get on him, he's like, "Shit, I'll just go play for another school."
Hmm.
So it is something to these kids with their arrogance. Like a lot of these kids think they arrived already as soon as they start getting wrote about in the paper.
Well, I got one better for you. I saw firsthand a kid transfer to 6 high schools in 4 years,
Damn.
and yeah, 6 high schools in 4 years. He went to two high school. He went to two high schools twice, in a school, in a one school year, and then he went to four other high schools in that period of time. That's one of the challenges of school choice. School choice is great, but it's opened up that floodgate. And one of the reasons why, I think I shared that I did coach high school basketball for 16 years. One of the reasons I got out of it is because I didn't want to have to re-recruit players every year. And
Yeah.
so what's ended up happening is now you're seeing a lot of guys in high school, kids in high school, trying to create super teams because
Yeah.
coaches are pulling them to the side and saying, "Hey, come play for my squad," and they're
Yeah.
not getting scholarship opportunities because they're
But
not
where did that come
paying.
from? They watching the league too much. I came in a gym and these kids was literally working on step back three. And I said,
Mhm.
what the fuck? I said, everybody drop the ball. Let's get in the line down here. And I had those same kids do the mic and drill and reverse micing. And lo and behold, they can't use their left hand at
Nope,
all.
nope. And if
But
you watch
but you're sitting here working on step back three. Like that's not gonna get you to the league. You gotta learn the fundamentals. You learn the fundamentals and then you work on all that pizzazz and all that stuff. They skipping the fundamentals and going right to the pizzazz. And then as soon as a guy like me tell them, look, that's not gonna work. This
Mhm.
is that. They look at me like I'm crazy. So I definitely know what you're talking about.
And if you watch a lot of kids today, when they make a left side attack move, some of these jokers are even starting with their right hand. So
Yeah.
and so it's a really sad thing to watch. Like it breaks my heart watching high school basketball fall to that level. And now even down here in Florida, I don't even know if you know this, they're actually seriously talking about an NIL deal for high
In
school.
high school,
In high school, the Florida High School Athletic Association is talking about NIL money for kids. Can you imagine a high school basketball coach making $5,000 a year on a stipend, trying to tell a kid who got a $40,000 NIL deal to run sprints?
exactly.
This is what's happening. Yeah,
Damn.
if you guys don't believe me, go look it up. The Florida High School Athletic Association is legitimately thinking about running NIL deals for high school students, and the problems you
Well,
guys are seeing in college is what you're going to see in high school now. If you
well,
ain't already seen
I tell those kids, well, you can be happy with this money, and that's gonna be all you get, or you can work harder and keep your nose clean, and then this is just the beginning. So it's
it.
good and bad stories to the NIL deal because I know some kids that he come from a single mother and he appreciate everything he got. He don't got the $1 million deal, this and that. We talking about he got like a $60,000 deal. Like he went to one of the schools you talking about a mid major, but he's good. He just didn't have the grades, so he got a little NIL deal, and he's sending that money back home to mama.
Hmm.
So for those stories, I appreciate the NIL. But of course, with anything, there's gonna be some people. It don't matter what you give them, what you do. That's just who they are. And some of these people are gonna abuse it. Some of these people gonna ball out in college, create babies, and because they think they balling, and then they gonna have a worse life. So it's
Yeah.
all about what you do with it, the opportunity.
But see, my problem with NIL is creating this false sense of greatness in a lot of these college kids and these down to high school. See, these kids are now becoming good marketers of themselves, but not maybe necessarily good talented players. There's one boy that I always saw on the internet on YouTube. He was about 5'6" or whatever, and he was a ball player, and he has like over 100,000 views on YouTube. And then there's another kid in my area who had a strong following. They used to call him Bert. Well, I ain't gonna put his name out there, but they used to call him something. But he had over a strong following, and that kid didn't have a left hand, and he shot about 32% from 3-pointers, and he was 5'8", 5'9", and scrawny. So we're legitimately letting these kids market themselves as if they're better than what they are. Bro, you're not going to see kids breaking records at high schools anymore because of school choice and NIL stuff. They're jumping from school to school. You're not going to see rivalries, traditional rivalry. So, KB, who is the rivalry for you guys in high school?
Brunswick High School.
Brunswick High School. That rivalry is
Yep.
probably going to be gone now because them kids
Now we
don't
don't
get
have no choice. There ain't number two high schools. You're either gonna be a part of the rivalry. You're gonna have a rivalry either way it goes. You either go to this high school or that high school. We only got
okay.
two.
Well, y'all pray to God you don't get three because
Or you can go to Camden, or you can go down to Camden High School, or you can go up to Savannah. So our region, you can move about the region. Which this kid that I'm talking about, he moved
right.
about the region, and then he went all the way down to Florida. He played at a high school in Florida, and then he ended up going to jail because
Mm-hmm.
this kid is a knucklehead. A lot of these kids want to be gangsters and ball players at the same time. As soon as I go in there, I'll be like, okay, what y'all grades like? Because I don't want to waste my time. That's why I be telling my nephew, bless your heart, because you working with guys and you letting guys talk shit to you like they gonna go somewhere. And this kid got a GPA, a 1.0 GPA.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do with that? He don't even know what the SAT is, the ACT. What are you gonna do with that? So I don't waste my time with that. The kids that are serious, I'd rather take a kid who is overachiever and he understand, he study what's really going on, and he's learning what's really going on, so nobody don't got to hold his hand. Like I was one of the guys that did not know, but once you gave me the information, then that's what I'm going with. I'm gonna keep figuring out what I got to do to get this stuff done to get where I need to be. Like these kids, they got no drive. Like
Yeah.
we took a group of kids to get driver's license. These 17 and a half, 18-year-old boys don't got driver's license. I'm like, what the fuck? Nigga,
No,
why don't you want a driver's license?
because they'd rather drive illegal and get caught instead of getting it done the right way. Just like
That's crazy.
they'd rather find a way to get an illegal gun than then go get their concealed carry permit when they turn 18 years old. I'm telling you, bro. I don't know the logic of it, man. I deal with these kids. I honestly, I wish I could give you better information, bro. But we just got to pray for where we at, man. And these kids don't grind. They don't grind, and we're not sounding like old men, arguing about the past. I'm telling you what we're telling you what we're seeing. These kids, the hood kid outside shooting basketball, taking 500 shots on a broken rim, hoping for a chance to make it to the league. I hate to say it, I think that's gone. I think these kids think that there's an entitlement. The colleges don't care because they're getting international players anyway. The NBA ain't thinking about those hood kids. That Allen Iverson kid is not there. The Kwame Brown is not there anymore because now our young black boys who want that opportunity, they don't feel like they got to put in that same grind, that same hustle, and that same struggle. They might do it one day a week and they think that's it. But real development of skill set, you got to be out there getting 500 shots up every single day, if not
I'm trying
more.
to tell you. Like, I at least be hooping. Like, I wish I had the grind of shooting a bunch of shots every day. My thing was we would always hoop. A lot of guys from Georgia, the knock on us is that we don't like working out. We like hooping, and that's the thing that I hope we all could change or guys change. That's why I go down there and work out with them and show them the stuff that I learned in workouts. I didn't even know that was a real thing until I started showing these guys little stuff. And they looking at me like, can't we just hoop? Can't we just go up and down? They be ready for the end of their drill session so they can go hoop. But it's important to work out, but it also is important to hoop and get up and down and get that grind in, get that feel everything out. A lot of these players that come from these rich daddies, they never been elbowed in the face. They don't get dropped off at the hood. So you got to have that mixture of both. But I disagree with you, Refined King or Refined Queen. The kids that you said, Kwame, it's the children with no drive that needs attention. Also, I
Yeah.
disagree. I think the kids that have no drive are got parents and got people that allow them to be lazy. And it's okay to not have drive. There was a point in time where I had no drive. But once somebody showed me a better way and gave me the information, that's what kicked in my drive. But when somebody trying to drive for me, it don't work like that. You can't give a kid drive. They got to have it. And then once they have it, you foster that and you keep them going in that direction. But trying to get these kids to do something, you're going to have a headache every day.
I kind of agree with Refined Queen somewhat because
Huh?
I kind of disagree with Mel Dub because I can't just put it all on these kids because in 2024 nobody might know what these new generation of kids is really going through. Like they probably got decisions to be made where their lives is on the line. They probably products of their environment. They probably feel like basketball. We got Steph Curry in the league cooning. We got sellouts running rampant. We got Stephen A. Like the black faces of basketball, not really that respectable. We got Kwame Brown, but they not trying to make him mainstream. We got one voice out of millions of play. It's like it feel like if we was in their shoes, they would say like, okay, so now we have to carry this burden now. So we might as well not even put 100% into it because it's really no end game for us. We either gonna wind up cooning or the FBI gonna come take everything we got. Cause just like they super hyper promoting that P Diddy narrative, it feel like LeBron next. And if they can take out LeBron, they can take out Steph, they can take out anybody. Just like Steph is promoting Kamala. Like this shit kind of deep. When it come to just basketball, these kids, I can't just put the whole legacy of basketball. What about their parents? Like their parents is not providing a safe environment for them to harness these skills. And it's a lot. Like I wouldn't just put it
Yeah.
all on these kids. Sometimes that NIL deal, that 60,000, sending it back to your mom, that's real life shit. Like people like gotta save their whole entire families. Like people shooting at the court all day, shooting 500 shots. Yeah, I see the grind, I see the respect, I see the potential and the promise, but people probably don't even got that time on their hands to do that no more. People probably gotta pay bills for their whole household. Like, and as far as the talent, I'm long winded, but
No,
the
you
black
good.
players, I'm sorry, uh,
You
um,
good.
the black players in the NBA, it feel like that's a natural occurrence. There would not be no NBA without black players. It feel like black people, the black players that been in the NBA, yeah, they put in the grind, but without black people, there would not be no NBA. If there would be an NBA with all white people, nobody would watch it anyway. So, like for the people that's putting their lives on the line, trying to harness their skills in basketball, and they do make it to the league, they still got to face real life decisions. Is they going to sell out their people again all over again? Is it still going to be the same cycle? Sometimes we got to start all the way at middle school and high school for that radical 180. Like somebody got to, yeah, I sound like Cassidy. I am from Philly, but you see where I'm going. You see, like I'm looking for like radical revolutionary shit for the black community. If we got to do that, infiltrating the NBA, it got to be some type of new code we living by. Like they gotta pay us or something. And I can see the mindset of a child who's still carrying a burden of having to save their family, buying a mommy house, all the pressure on them. They probably need money, money, money now, now, now. And they still want us to vote Democrat. Steph shooting all these threes. He black, uh, like LeBron going to these Diddy parties. That basketball not really nothing to respect. Even when you go to the NBA, people still lose their morality and they still promoting certain agendas like so.
Hey, party God, I'm gonna tell you this. You know, there are some things I'm gonna push back on you on what you just said, but I gotta be. But the last thing you just said, that's the narrative that I think was created under which Kwame Brown has used his platform to really raise awareness. Back in the day, making it to the NBA was all someone needed to do. in order to gain respect. Nobody talked about whether you were a bust or not. The fact that you made it, you garnered the respect necessary. Then fanboys like Stephen A. Smith came out and said it's no longer good enough to make it to the NBA. We should shame those people who we once respected in the communities. Our job is to get those people back into the positions of saying it's okay for our sons to look at these men who made it to the NBA. I don't give a damn what Jamarcus Russell's record was as a starting NFL quarterback. The brother made it. We've lost that meaning in that message. So I do want to push back on you a little bit on in terms of not putting it on the kids. I will say this, and I'm not one of those, I'm only going to speak from my experience. I've coached a lot of kids. I have taught a lot of kids. I still work with a lot of kids. The focus of our youth has become more digital, and it's gone away from the kinesthetic things where hands using your hands to make things and do things. We're desperately trying to get kids to be motivated because kids will rather try to do things that make them go viral as opposed to do things that involve hard work and labor. Our kids look at players in the NBA today and they don't relate to them like they used to. A kid could relate to Kwame Brown growing up, with his mom. I think you grew up with both of your parents, right, KB?
No,
So,
my father was in prison. At first, he was there, but then when I was
okay.
like 4 or 5 years old, he went to prison.
But you had both of those dynamics, so kids could
Yeah.
relate. Kids could relate to that, and they say, "Okay, I want to be like that." Okay, Allen Iverson gets in trouble at a bowling alley. They say, "Well, hell, I got in trouble too, but he still made it." So we don't have that anymore. You think of the NBA players now who try to even be tough guys, like NBA Dumbboy. Okay, he grew up in a 2-parent household in a middle class or upper middle class family. He didn't have to go through it. How can kids from the hood really relate to John Morant? They can try, but they don't really. Look at Steph Curry. Steph Curry is, most of these guys, the NBA has become international nepotism. So I think one of the problems is a lot of our young black boys is not about them not getting support from their families. But I think the goal of the NBA just doesn't have the prestige as it once did because the kids can't relate to it and they don't see it as a means to buy a house for their mama like it used to be. If I had talent and I could have bought a house for my parents with that talent, I'd be out there shooting 1,000 shots a day. But the kids don't see it that way because they see Mr. Beast going viral, getting 5 million, 6 million subscribers and making money and having stacks out there. So I think that's one of the reasons why too. So, if you got any thoughts on that, okay, if you got any thoughts, if you disagree or agree, this is how grown men talk and we all having good conversation.
Good conversation, good vibes, and good energy. And I want to make something real clear that I agree with 50% of what you say, and I disagree with maybe 50% of what you say, because I I agree with your energy, but I feel like for these kids, I gotta turn it up a notch because like we low key as a people, I see as our great grandparents, they put a lot of heavy burdens on us to fulfill. Like for LeBron James to be a super billionaire, quadrillionaire, Jay-Z to have a quadrillionaire, all this money, we still don't even have black owned businesses or
Hey, but they can't, bro. That's what and I know what you about to say, and I didn't mean to cut you off. I'll let you finish your thought, but I'm telling you that you better not see Jay Z, LeBron, or any of those guys in the mainstream media do anything outside of build a school that somebody else probably run,
right.
or start a program that gives away free shit. But they bet not start pulling other people out of the hood and giving them opportunity. You don't see Jay Z or LeBron or even myself have a career center. With the
Right.
type of money that these guys have, they can order distribution companies and leasing companies and give out trucks, not give out, but let guys work, like a work release program where you pay them a little fee until they can buy the truck from you. That'd
Exactly.
be a great thing. But they can't do things like that, bro. If
And
they
they
start helping the black community, their ass gonna go to jail.
and
Yeah,
their ass better not speak off script either. And they
yeah,
better stay on that plantation. And you know what I'm talking about, party guy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Exactly. And they done got enough videos of these guys at them Diddy parties to keep their ass in line.
Yeah. and that shit look crazy because it's like, okay, 20 years pass, 40 years pass, okay, 50 years past, bro, that shit gonna go to 100 years, and then our great grandchildren gonna be like, what the fuck, bro? We can't even open up a store at the corner, bro. How we got all these multi-billionaire legends, but they still perpetuating the same stereotype, the same American culture where we the permanent underclass. Like, bro, I know it's a demographic of kids, of black people out there who really woke and feel some type of way, because I know I do, and I can tell by the way y'all talking that y'all leading and y'all going there, because it's a bigger picture. Like, people can play all the basketball and football they want, but your family still got ties to that neighborhood you was born in, and they got ancestral ties to how this country was made. So like, people be really having questions that's not being answered, and basketball is not going to answer them questions. It's just going to add to the misery and add to the conspiracy.
Well, I'm telling you right now, these guys better not do nothing other than open up a school, open up companies that they build up with their black fame and sell it to white people. Anything outside of that, you're gonna be called crazy. They're gonna have scandals about you. They're gonna attack you because white people don't really go to work. They make money off of us, and that's the problem. Like in every industry that we say we innovated, white people run it. Whether it's music, basketball, you're talking about on a bigger scale with music, basketball, all that stuff. Let's go on a smaller scale. Everything that I got to go purchase in my neighborhood is ran by Arab, a Mexican, or a white person. Not even white. It's mostly Arabic and Mexicans. If somebody come to cut the grass, he's usually Spanish.
Yeah,
DoorDash, he's usually Spanish,
yeah,
or some other race. Like they have taken over everything. All this, let's buy black and all this. There's nobody black to buy from.
yeah,
I can't even find a store to buy a T-shirt from
yeah,
that's black.
yeah,
If I ain't in Atlanta, if I'm
precise.
in Atlanta, I can go to a black store. I can go to a black restaurant. But my hometown, where I'm originally from, shit, everything white, everything Arabic.
Yeah, yeah,
I bought a liquor store. I'm like, we had one black liquor store in the town. So I'm like, I'm grandfathered in. They found a way to fuck my license up so we don't
yeah,
have the liquor store no more. And then on the
exactly.
flip side, dudes was like, you know what, this nigga already got money. I would watch niggas go across the street and buy the same liquor that I marked down
Yep.
10 cent, 20 cent cheaper just so that they can come fuck with my store, and they would still go buy it from the Arabs talking about this nigga got money already. So it's a lot of facets on what's going on while we fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but no, we got to put the onus on our youth. I'm sorry, I don't feel like, oh well,
I,
a kid.
I
Oh, go
Well,
ahead.
you
I'm
got
not.
to start with their parents first, Mel. They parents.
I'm
The
not
reason
start.
why these kids are like that, they didn't have no guidance. A lot of these kids, they mama still at the club every night. We don't want to talk about nobody mama, but
OnlyFans.
unfortunately, somebody mama is one of those fun girls.
But
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I hate it if it's you, but if you got a mama and you got what the fuck are you doing? You got a mama or you got somebody that's not focused on what they supposed to be focused on, then it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
I'm gonna
right.
I gotta disagree with y'all brothers respectfully
All
because
right, go ahead. I'm gonna go on mute.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell you guys why. I want y'all to see that, man. Listen to that. I just said I disagree with Kwame. Kwame's disagree with me. Party guys disagree with me. I ain't starting no beef channel on this man, and I ain't talking no junk about him. All we this is some grown man stuff right here. But I'm gonna say why
And I'm not disagreeing with you totally because I agree now. Some of the onus is on these kids.
see, and like I said, so when we talk about this, and I talk about it from watching the kids, there are things in my life that my daddy did and still do that I cannot stand. There are things that my mother did that I could not stand. There are people that I know who had parents that were addicted to drugs. There are people who I know whose parents are alcoholics. There has to be a choice, and there are people who mamas then took the boyfriends from them. There has to be some point in that child's life that they decide that they're not going to be what their parents were. And so, yeah, you're talking about 10 and under. If you're talking about 12 and under, you're talking about 14 and under. But if you get to that point of 16 and you say, you know what, I'm going to be this or I'm going to be that, I think.
I have to agree with Mel on this one, party guy, because like I said, I didn't all the way disagree with him, but he's describing, me. I'm one of those guys, and I know people. I know a guy that had everything that you talking about. I either myself went through it or know a kid that overcame it. One of my friends is still, well, not even a friend. One of my cousins, he's still in the Navy. Father was a working man, but he was an alcoholic. Mother was an alcoholic, but she got off of that, and he made it just fine. He stayed away from drinking because of their example, and he
Yeah.
went on and he wanted something better for himself. Now his brother, not so much. He used that as an excuse, and everything in his life to this day, he's still blaming on his mama and his daddy. And so you're right that a kid still have a choice in spite of whatever your mother did or whatever your father did. My father was a killer. You know what I mean? So you never know. But I do I the reason why I was speaking towards that because I do see some of these people and father is not around, so it's only mama. And
Mhm.
I'm just like, damn, this woman got evicted and she was still at the club. On Facebook, she still live a real life, but she got one of the best sons in the town for her sports, but she's getting evicted out of houses. So I'm just like, what the fuck? This kid could get you an NIL deal in 2 years. Why are you not pouring everything you got into this boy? This boy can save you in your situation, but instead she pouring it all into men.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, am I saying that that's this kid's fault? No, but does this kid still have a choice? You absolutely right. He still has a choice to dedicate himself to a sport and do his thing in a way where he can save himself and his family.
Yeah, I've just seen way too many guys. So there's a kid, I might share his name with you like in the back chat, KB. But there's a kid who I knew and I dealt with personally. His family was homeless the whole time he was in high school, and this dude is balling the hell out right now in college, and he's about to go. He'd kill Bronny. I mean, like Bronny probably wouldn't even score 2 points if they went to 20. And he's probably going to get drafted next year in the league, not as a lottery pick, but probably as a high second round pick. This kid was homeless his whole high school, his whole
If I'm
senior year
Gilbert
in high
Arenas,
school.
the second round don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But the kid was homeless, and like I said, and I know a lot of situations where kids were going through things like I would have to buy peanut butter, jelly, and bread because some of them kids wouldn't eat. But if them kids were hungry enough, like for their game, it wasn't about what their parents was doing. Them kids
Hmm.
wanted a way out of that situation. If it meant even being away from their parents, they were going to keep their ass in the gym and they were going to work. So
Yeah, I agree with that.
at some point, the kid has to take ownership and say, you know what, I want better for myself. And it ain't gonna happen at 10, but it damn sure better happen at 15 and 16, in my opinion.
I I oh I disagree, but I have you know where I stand because I agree because I'm in between. When you 15 and 16, you don't have nobody as your representation, like as far as your mental health and emotional health. Like even when Kwame Brown was 16 or 17, he had the burden of being one in a million people in North America to go to the NBA. Like that's just like trying to be the president. Like you asking a little kid to defy the odds and carry the burden of like something world dominating on a on a table or whatever they got going on. So you asking a lot from a child to change their life, and then they just got to go through it, and then he becomes successful, and then it's just like, oh, that's what you better had did because you got no choice. And that should take a toll on people, man, because as a 16 and 17-year-old, like you don't have a father in your life. Some people don't got a mother and a father in their life. And then it's just you just have to do this. That's the only way you're gonna be successful. That takes a toll on people, man.
So, party guy, I don't mean to interrupt you. Can I ask you a question now?
Yeah,
At what age do you stop blaming your parents for your mistakes and for their mistakes?
that's a great question because it's so good. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's like I know better because I experienced it. But to it's acknowledgement. It's not really blaming, because if something motivated you to become successful and something motivated you to get out your circumstance, that was a part of your success. But that's the mental health aspect. For you not to bring it up and just hide it and shield it because people will assume you blaming. Nah, man. Like, let's just be honest here.
But let me ask you this: people have motivations to do things all the time. Like I had a friend who was motivated to be a thug. He no longer here with us, and he only like 2 years older than me. He's no longer with us, but he was motivated to be a thug. He chose that life. He picked that life because he loved everything about it. Through the music and through everything, he loved that shit. So he knew what he signed up for. So we all are influenced, and we all are going to be influenced by certain things. It's about all about what you be influenced by. So I do have to agree with Mel on that situation. When you 14, 15, 16, the maturity level, you get to an age where you understand right from wrong, and then you understand that there's consequences for your actions. It's no longer on your parents. You got to start thinking along the lines of, my mom's doing this, my dad's doing this, but however, those kids that have the perseverance to get through it, because guess what? You ain't gonna get no new parents. You ain't gonna get no new life. So this is the cards that you dealt. So you got to have those kids that can say, you know what? I see this for what it is. Let me look at the spots where I can be beneficial, where I can help, and then be that inspiration, be that person that changed it. Then when I did it, it was kind of easy. I ain't gonna lie. Like I went to work, like everything that I was glad we didn't have no money, because everything that I did was to keep out the streets. I got a job because I didn't want to be around that shit them niggas
I'm
was
sorry
doing.
to cut you off, but you still was 14 years old and nobody was there to actually speak for you at that time. When you was
Well, yes, it was though. That this he wasn't a family member though. This was a 70-year-old man, and he gave me the game, and he gave it to me raw. He was like, with pause, but he gave it to me. He gave it to me with no filter. Like, you look, you can either do this or you can do that. If you do this, you see your brothers going to prison. There's no excuse. All this trying to reinvent the wheel. All of your brothers are going to jail doing the same thing. So now, what are you going to do different? And the way he put it to me, I could not argue with it. I wasn't skilled at basketball at this point. I was just a taller kid who was trying to help mama, and he gave me a way to do it without going to prison. And that was the better way than going to prison to me. And I do believe that some of these kids got to stop blaming and start taking ownership, because we do have a generation of kids that when as soon as they get hit in the mouth, first thing they do is blame somebody else or look for somebody else to protect them, look for somebody else to do something. Like I look to me because that's who I had at first. I saw mama in a situation where you're telling me all these women are strong, but that's not true. Like in a situation where it was time to be strong, she picked up the phone and called the government. And the government picked up the phone and said, okay, we'll answer, but a couple of your sons need to be on Ritalin. And that's a lot of the things that the people are not telling you. Those little boys that's on this Ritalin and on these pills that they give you, and blaming it and disguising it on behavior, I think it has some type of long-term effect on these kids.
It
The
does.
government, from
It
my
does,
opinion, don't give you anything free.
brother. It does. It does. It does have a long term effect on that. Um, Last year, I have a son that's diagnosed with ADHD. Last year, my wife and I decided to take him off of that medication because one of the first things we looked at, number one, it didn't really change the behavior of him. So I guess we're going somewhere different now, but I want to say this because I got to say to all the parents out there, I had to learn this lesson myself. It didn't really change my son's behavior. It didn't change anything that was happening with him. So I didn't understand why he was taking. So my wife and I, we made that decision not to have him on it. He's doing actually better academically than he did before. The question of the real issue I'm starting to see from my own professional experience is 60 to 65% of our black boys are placed on medication. You guys didn't know that. If you go in the public school system, I would guarantee you 65% of the kids in your child's school, if they are boys, they have an IEP, an individual education plan. They are on to, and they've been diagnosed with ADHD. And I guarantee you, if you track them from elementary all the way up to their senior year in high school, they will have that same type of, they don't come off of it. So you better be careful with how they prescribe your kid, because it's a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
The schools get more money if that child is on a it has an IEP plan. They get more funding from the federal government. You guys didn't know that, but they do. The doctor gets a guaranteed patient, because anybody say doctors don't like Medicaid, they love Medicaid. Okay, so they actually get guaranteed money, and the parents in some circumstances actually benefit because their child is classified with a disability, so they get money from the Social Security SSI. So all these people work in conjunction. Now I'm talking about some of them raggedy ass parents out there too. So if you have a child that is on that medication also stunts a child's growth. So it shows studies that actually it takes a child to a lower percentile in height and weight. And if they do it in height and weight, then why can't they do it in intellect? They're going after our black sons medically in that aspect too. So I'm not saying don't put your kids on that medication, but you better start asking questions, and don't just let the school say, hey, your child should be on ADHD or on some type of medication or something. Don't let the schools make that decision. Parents, you make that decision, because if your kid's not getting in trouble at school and they try to put them on that, then no, I don't agree with that. And I
I'm
just want
glad
everybody
you
to be
said
alert.
that. I'm so happy you said that. That right there had a heavy impact, because that's exactly what Dr. Umar been saying for the last 5 to 6 years, if not 10. Exactly, word for word. Like how the medical industry, the pharmaceutical industry has a stronghold on young African American males in schools, like putting them on pharmaceutical drugs, Ritalin, giving them mental health issues. Like, bro, that's nefarious, bro. And like it hasn't become a mainstream talking point in the black community till now. Now it's like really known within the 40 million of us in America. And Dr. Umar been on a top about that.
But they not gonna talk about it because I know firsthand they receive an extra when I was a kid, a mother would receive an extra $800.
Facts.
So you get an extra $800 on your check, and you can't really see what effect it's having on your son, and you think you're helping them. Why wouldn't you put them on it? Everything they do with us is free money, free stuff. We don't know the side effects of this medicine, but it's free, and we don't. It has a check to it. Everything about the Democratic Party and what they do is they try to, in the hood where you throw your left hand up and then you hit a person with the right. It's what you don't see, and we never are there to see what we don't see. We just fall for a hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is, if you look in our communities, we the only fools that still walk around with our aunties and uncles who still walk around wearing masks. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they didn't already prove that the masks don't work.
Yeah.
But we the only race of people still walking around with those aunties and uncles who've been convinced that they better wear those masks because they scared of catching COVID.
And that problem right there need to be addressed. Like I don't know how we could do it, but like we got, and it's not delineate, but as far as the ageism thing, it feel like the youth is more wiser to the future of our community than the elders, because even a whole pandemic, the COVID thing, that was all like a farce. It was like a psyop or something. Like the youth almost instinctively knew better than to fall for it. But the elders just played along with it, like not Kwame Brown. Why would I ever say that? Kamala Harris and shit. Like, bro, you better know that Kamala is not black and she's not going to do anything for the black community. But the elders just seem so up in purgatory.
But
It's
brother, that's my whole point when I say that the kids have no choice but to make a decision, because some of these people are getting in screwed. Because not only is mama in the club, grandma in the club right beside her. We got some nasty aunt grandmas talking about being on social media. I ain't gonna say nothing because I'm
15 inches, 15 inches.
okay. So
Hey, look, bro, he talking about her right now. I don't know what she said, but he said, Kwame, I'm praying for you, bro. Having to deal with that delusional fat egg from what I heard earlier has to be annoying. Free you for real. I don't know what was said, but so
but that Okay, so since we said that, talking about somebody like that, that's somebody's grandma. And I'm not talking about the child, I'm not talking about the grandchild. But what I'm saying is children, unfortunately, when they get to 15, 16, 17 years old, they have to make decisions because their parents are going to undoubtedly fail them. And sometimes their grandparents are going to fail them.
That's unfortunate because they too young to have to make radical political decisions that is going to affect the black community. That is for the elders, like for them to separate their mental from the society, what they is trying to brainwash them with. Bro, that's a big decision. That's decisions for the whole community to really grasp the magnitude of that. Like we making decisions elders aren't even have the capacity or the capability to do, and then we telling them to shoot 500 shots and be in the NBA. Like those is big decisions, so we can't ask them to do life-changing big decisions that's going to better the black community and make us stronger, and but not give them the voice to speak about everything. Like they having mental health problems from this. So I feel like if we force them to go to the NBA and become the president and take this chance to open a black owned market and do the things we need to be done, like we should at least give them the power and attorney, not just say they blaming their parents.
So I
And
got a question to ask them with that. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Do you think the black family was stronger in the past than it is now?
I believe it was stronger in the 60s,
Okay.
and then like they started destroying the Black Panthers. They started putting drugs in the community. They started segregation and Jim Crow and all that. And then the drugs in the 80s like really put the icing on the cake, and like that shit destroyed the black family.
Okay. Well, then let me say this. My granddaddy left the house when he was 13 years old. He went to go work. My mother-in-law went and started working when she was 12 years old and she left the house. Some family members and some people had family members, grandmas or great grandmas who had children by the time they were 15, 16 years old. Our parents were much more capable of making adult decisions at 15 and 16 years old, and we reaped the benefits of that. And I'm not saying these kids shouldn't be kids. Let me make that very clear. But I'm saying they were dealt some serious cards back then, and because they made those decisions not to be like their parents or do things self-sufficiently, thank you AP profiles, they were able to thrive. So our kids today are put in a no-win situation. So are we just going to feel sorry for them, or are we going to try to push them to say, no, make your own decisions? I would much rather push these kids to say, you know what, you're 15, 16. Sorry, I don't have excuse. I'm not going to give you an excuse. If your mom is on drugs, you don't be on drugs. You go out and you make a difference. That's my mentality, because I'm not going to bring that child home with me, and I can't fix the child, but what I can do is be a pathway to tell the child to do right, even though they don't have anybody there to show them how to do right in their own home. We gotta trust these kids to make the right decisions, like we trusted our great grandparents to do when they didn't have anybody, in my opinion. But you go ahead, bro.
I feel that energy because when we use words like trust and we trust our kids, it creates a trust dynamic between the older and the younger generation because it's really psychological like that. Like the one thing we do need is the trust from our elders. I'm not saying that I'm the youth, but relatively not long ago, I could say that. We all could say that. We've seen in which generation we lived in as our youth, what we've been through. And like we all suffered the same thing. Like the community wasn't there. And we asking our children to take these roles to become like these rock stars and save the community. But whole time they doing it with no guidance, no parents, and like no adults to really guide them. Like we need to really communicate with the older generation because that shit affects the youth in a big way. Like as much as the youth have to do, as much as they can do, we still need the older generation because like even these little feuds, these little civil wars, that shit is detrimental to the community.
But bam, we don't. Oh, go ahead, KB.
No. Go ahead. Y'all having a hell of a conversation. I've
No,
been sitting here
I was
quiet because when you don't have people up here falling asleep or drunk or acting crazy, it's good to sit back and hear people's perspective. So I ain't tripping.
Hey, you need to bring the Drunk Chronicles back up, though, man.
Nah. Hey, look,
That dude, hey, he sleep.
the
He sleeping.
content y'all two getting is way better than a drunk motherfucker sounding crazy. I'm sorry.
No, that brother's sleeping in a corner right now.
He
Oh
was
man,
end
But
dog.
that ADHD stuff, man, that's something that's really big. And he was right. Dr. Umar been talking about that. And
Hmm.
I only knew about it because my brother, like they tried to give that stuff to all of us. And if there's no father at home, they especially try to give it to you. Any little write up, any little thing that's done in school, they trying to introduce Ritalin to a kid.
yeah, yeah, and I'm gonna tell you right now. So one, I don't follow Dr. Umar. I just know he's supposed to be building a school, so I'm still waiting on that. I don't know anything about him, but I base that off of the experience that I have and I've seen. Like
He's the only one that's really trying to do it.
you know,
School for
he and
black.
he may be, but some of us other brothers, we got to step up and actually get it done. You know what I mean? Um, you know, but it was from my own experience, and I watched it because I was like, man, that kid always gets in trouble. Let me look see why he keeps getting in trouble. Oh wow, he has an IEP. What do you have an IEP for? Oh, ADHD. So and it's always so when you look at studies and stats for our black kids, the bottom demographic is always black males. Black males, we have the lowest graduation rates. Black males, we score the lowest on standardized testing. Black males, we have the highest behavioral incidents and disciplinary rates. So tell me, if we're the most ADHD usage ones, why do we have the highest rates of why are all these categories so negatively impacting us? If ADHD and medication is supposed to work, why are we still traditionally the highest users of that medication, but we have the highest propensity to be in those categories as the worst of the worst? I'll go on mute.
That that's a good question because it's a hard question. Um, I would have to do my homework on that. I but I know better than a trust the pharmaceutical industry. I know better than that.
You better know better than trust your government.
That's the first thing I would say. But when you get into the numbers, man, I guess you would just have to teach us.
Yeah, so I mean, and it's one of the things that we just have to tell really be involved with what our kids are being experienced in schools. Because like I said, I even had in the past, I even had somebody say, "Oh yeah, we're going to add an additional accommodation to your kid." That's like saying, like they're going to do something else with their kid's IEP, not knowing that I am who I am. I asked why, and then they said, "Oh well, then never mind, and don't worry about it." So because I said why, they said, never mind. Can you imagine if somebody wasn't, and I mean, I'm not bragging, but somebody who wasn't intelligent, somebody who wasn't informed in the know, said, okay. How many of our kids our young black boys have been taken down that rabbit hole and to a point of no return? These people don't care about reducing recidivism. They don't care about fixing the problems that our black sons are facing every single day. And that's why Kamala Harris is such a weird anomaly to suddenly care about black men, and some of these weird men, so-called men, now decided that they have an interest about black males and black issues, and so I guess now we're going to get weed in our loans. But I never understood. I don't understand it now, because black men have had some real struggles, some real gripes, and I want to say this publicly on KB's panel: whether Kamala Harris wins or loses, that ain't got a damn thing to do with the black male, but they're going to place it at black men's feet. We make up 7% of the population. We are not going to impact this election, whether we vote for Kamala Harris or not. So all those bitter aunties and uncles who are going to come at y'all guys after on November the 4th, because I think the election is November the 3rd, and blame you for Trump getting elected, tell them to kiss your ass and go to hell. Stop apologizing for voting for who you want to vote for. Black men need to step up. Don't feel ashamed of voting for who you want to vote for, whether it be Kamala, whether it be Trump, whether it be Kwame. You have a right. You've earned that right, black man. You've earned the stripes on your back over the course of history, and you've earned the right to say, you know what? If you don't like who I vote for, kiss my black ass. It could be your aunt, it could be your mama, it could be your daddy, it could be your brother. If they don't like it, they can go to hell. And I'm through. So I'm gonna drop down, KB. Brother, y'all guys enjoy yourselves. Thanks for having me up. This has been interesting to talk about. I'm glad, hopefully, I brought some light to the ADHD discussion. And Bronny James is overrated. Salute to y'all.
Them fans gonna be on your page. Y'all make sure y'all go to Mel W. Mel W, drop your page, man, so they can come give you some of that LeBron hate.
Oh,
Yeah,
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat. Salute.
all right, no
Yeah,
doubt.
man, salute to you. Yeah, he about to get some of that LeBron hate today. But yeah, man, this is a good conversation, man. If
Yeah,
y'all want to leave it like that, if you got something else, go ahead, cause I'm about to enjoy my Saturday for a second. It's
yeah,
nice weather, but
me
I'm
too.
glad we was able to talk and have so many good different topics.
Me too. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me on the panel, bro. It was a blessing. Great Saturday.
Salute to you, man. Enjoy your Saturday. All right, salute to y'all. I'm about to show a couple of these channels that I watch. I wish some of the detractors and the haters would have came up so we could talk about why do y'all say what y'all say about us with LeBron and all this other stuff. But it's all good. There goes some merch you can go get. That's the one I'm wearing today. Here goes some of the channels that I watch. Salute to all y'all. Have a blessed day. I'm gone.